Welcome back to Rooted in Rising. I'm Dr. Carmela Maxell, and today's episode is a little different. There's no guest, no interview, no carefully crafted outline, just me. And honestly, this episode came from a place of reflection. Because lately I've been thinking a lot about parenting. Not parenting from a textbook or from a research article or even from the perspective of a clinician. A parenting perspective of a mom, a tired mom, a working mom, a single mom, a mom who loves her children so fiercely and still sometimes wonders if she's getting any of this right. And if you felt that way lately, this conversation is for you. Because I think parenting in this era feels very different. It feels heavier. It feels louder. And if I'm being honest, it sometimes feels impossible. When I was growing up, if someone bullied you at school, eventually you came home. Home was the safe place for some of us. You could shut the door. You could ride your bike. You could disappear into your room. You could breathe. Now, the bullying comes home with our children. It's on their phones. It's in their group chats. It's on social media. It's in comments. It's in videos. It's in screenshots. It's everywhere. And as parents, we can set boundaries. We can monitor devices. We can have conversations. But sometimes it feels like we're trying to protect our children from a world that moves faster than we do. And that's scary. I think about my own kids. And one thing that really strikes me is how different childhood looks now. When I was younger, our parents practically had to drag us inside. You guys remember when the streetlights came on and that was your signal? Go home. Now, I feel like I spent half my life trying to convince my kids that fresh air is not a punishment. I'm like, let's go outside. Let's go for a walk. Let's ride bikes. Let's go to the park. Let's literally do anything that doesn't involve a screen. And somehow I get treated like I've suggested some hard labor because so much of their social world exists online now. They're connected through video games. They're hanging out through headsets. They're building friendships in places that didn't even exist when many of us were growing up. And I understand that. I really do. But there's a part of me that misses seeing kids outside, misses hearing basketballs bouncing down the street, or hearing kids play tag, or seeing bikes scattered across people's lawns. And maybe that's just nostalgia talking, but I know I'm not the only parent who's noticed it. Then there's this impossible math of parenting. Can we talk about that for a second? Because some days I genuinely don't know how we're all supposed to do this. We're told we need to be present parents. We're told we need to advance our careers. We're told to exercise, drink more water, get 8 hours of sleep, meal prep, save for retirement, limit screen time, practice self-care, keep a clean house, volunteer at school, attend every game, every recital, every event. And somehow still have enough energy left over to be a functioning human being. Well, I'm sorry. I'm over here wondering if I remember to switch the laundry. Some days I feel like less of a parent and more like the CEO of a transportation company. One child needs to be somewhere at 4, another child needs to be somewhere at 5, someone forgot something at school, someone needs a ride, someone needs a snack. Someone suddenly remembers a project that's due tomorrow that they've known about for 3 freaking weeks. And somehow you're trying to coordinate all of that while answering work emails, paying bills, making dinner, cleaning the kitchen, running a podcast, writing a book, and remembering whether you've had enough water today. Speaking of water, can we laugh about that for a second? Because every wellness influencer on earth is telling us to drink a gallon of water a day. And I'm sitting here thinking, I haven't even finished my coffee. I don't even know where my water bottle is. I can't remember if I showered this morning or yesterday. And you're telling me I need 128 ounces of water? Like, let's start smaller. Let's start with survival. And then there's that financial piece. Everything costs more. Groceries cost more. Housing costs more. Gas costs more. Activities cost more. Childcare costs more. Summer programs cost more. Everything costs more. And it feels like every time you get your footing, the finish line keeps moving. And as parents, we carry that weight. And for many of us, we carry it quietly. We budget, we stretch, we sacrifice, we worry, sometimes in ways our children may never fully understand. And then comes the guilt of working, the guilt of not working enough, the guilt of missing something, the guilt of staying late, the guilt of being tired, the guilt of wanting 30 minutes to yourself, the guilt of feeling touched out, the guilt of wondering whether you're giving enough. Parenting seems to come with an endless supply of guilt. And for those of us who are single parents, there's another layer. Because there isn't always someone else to tag in. Sometimes the decisions are yours. The bills are yours. The responsibilities are yours. The worries are yours. And while there's strength in that, there can also be loneliness, even if you effectively co-parent. A loneliness people don't talk about nearly enough. Then we open social media, and suddenly it looks like everyone else's family has it figured out. Everyone else's kids are smiling. Everyone else's house is clean. Everyone else's vacation is perfect. Also, what is a vacation? Everyone else seems organized. Everyone else seems calm. Everyone else seems successful. Everyone else seems to have unlocked some secret formula that we're missing. And meanwhile, you're looking around your house wondering where that one shoe disappeared 2, 3 weeks ago. Or why there's a random charger sitting on the kitchen counter that apparently belongs to nobody and everybody at the same time. But social media rarely shows the full picture. It doesn't show the parent reheating their coffee for the third time. It doesn't show the parent crying in the bathroom because they're overwhelmed. It doesn't show the parent lying awake at night worrying about bills. It doesn't show the parent wondering if their child is emotionally okay. It doesn't show the parent carrying the weight of an entire household while smiling through the day. It doesn't show the parent sitting in the car for 5 extra minutes before walking into the house because they just need a moment. And maybe that's what I really wanted to say. I think many of us are carrying far more than anyone realizes. We're tired. We're worried. We're stretched thin. We're doing our best. And despite all of that, we keep showing up. We pack lunches, we sign forms, we attend concerts, we sit through practices, we drive all over town, we hug our children, we kiss foreheads, we stay up late, we wake up early, and we do it all over again. Not because we're perfect, but because we love them. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, if you've been questioning yourself, if you've been carrying guilt, if you've been comparing yourself to everyone else, if you've been wondering whether you're doing enough, I want you to hear this. You are not alone. You are not failing. You are parenting during a time that asks a lot of us, more than most people realize. And it's okay to break down sometimes. It's okay to admit this is hard. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be exhausted. It's okay to need help. It's okay to need that extra cup of coffee. And it's okay to give yourself the same grace you so freely give everyone else. And before I let you go, if conversations like this resonate with you, I'd love for you to continue this journey with me. Be sure to follow Rooted and Rising wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're looking for even more reflections, deeper conversations, exclusive bonus episodes, and behind the scenes content, I invite you to join me on Rooted and Rising Insider through Apple Podcast subscriptions. That's where I share some of the conversations that don't always make it into the public feed. The quieter reflections, the personal stories, the lessons I'm still learning myself. And if today's episode made you feel seen, understood, or a little less alone, I have one small favor to ask. Please consider leaving a rating or review for the podcast. Reviews help more people discover these conversations. They help the show grow. And more importantly, they help other parents, caregivers, and listeners find the reminders they may need on the days they're struggling too. And if you know another parent who needs to hear this today, send this episode to them. Because sometimes the most powerful thing we can tell another person is, me too. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. Until next time, stay rooted in who you are and keep rising into who you're becoming.